Okay, I'm doing a second video today. I had intended to combine this one with Frida Pushnik, but I had trouble finding this one at first, and just a few minutes ago I found him. So we are going to visit the grave of Robert Wian. Robert Wian had a very important part in business and hamburger history. If you don't know, he was the founder of Big Boy, the Big Boy restaurants. Called it Bob's Big Boy. This is his grave right here. He's buried here with his second wife, June. Robert was born June 15th, 1914 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His family moved to Glendale when he was a child. As a young adult in 1936, he opened a hamburger stand in Glendale, California that had 10 stools for customers. For any of you out-of-towners, if you don't know where Glendale is, it's pretty close to Pasadena. And if you recall, Pasadena is the site of the annual Rose Parade on New Year's Day. But he and his family lived in Glendale. He opened a hamburger stand, and he could afford it from $350 he raised by the sale of his car. So like any street roadside stand, he was successfully selling hamburgers until one day one of his customers asked for something unusual. So he cut up a sesame bun in 3 pieces and put 2 hamburger patties together with it, and he served it. And the double-decker took off from there. So Bob Wian invented the double-decker hamburger. In case you thought that maybe someone else did, no. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and all the franchises have their own versions of double-deckers. In some cases, triple-deckers, but Bob Wian here it was his brainchild. They just copied him. While he was running his business, he served as mayor of the city of Glendale for 6 months, 1948 to 49, because he replaced a mayor that was booted off by a recall election. And he also was on the city council, but because he cited conflicts with his big boy business and a desire to make an occasional fishing trip, he resigned from city politics and just ran that. In case you're having trouble making the connection to what Big Boy is, there was a Big Boy restaurant in Syracuse, New York, where Laura and I lived for a number of years. It's closed now, but this is the chain that has their image is a chubby boy in red and white overalls with a pompadour hairstyle, which was based on an actual customer that used to come in to Bob's stand, and this boy helped Bob clean up in exchange for a free hamburger or 2. So somebody drew his image on a napkin, gave it to Bob, and this customer, whose name is Robert Woodruff, became the chubby boy with the red and white overalls and the pompadour hairstyle for Big Boy. Bob sold the business to Marriott Corporation in 1967 for $7 million, and he moved to a big ranch. He moved to a ranch in Northern California and eventually came over here to Orange County, to Newport Beach. He retired. He retired completely in the 1970s and eventually died in Newport Beach in 1992 of a cerebral hemorrhage. He was 77 years old. But this is the man who engineered a very profitable business out of hamburgers and double-deckers. You can find triple-deckers, you can find even greater size hamburgers now, but again, Bob Wian was the genius that started it all. Rest in peace, Bob Wian.